Doing today? What's happening? Want to make sure we good. How y'all feeling today? Hope everybody feeling good. We still on our American Dream push on the American Dream highway, right? That's why we do it. We do it to get to the American Dream. Hold on, y'all. Gotta make sure we got live on the gram too. Peace, Instagram. How y'all feeling? American Dream live, right? American Dream explain. What is the American Dream? Just want to touch the people for a minute. Do a rundown on what we've been pushing the campaign right now, the American Dream. What is it? How do you live it? How do you get it? Right? Ain't no sense of working if you ain't working for something, man. Yeah, we all working for the American dream, our piece of it anyway, right? You know, the American dream ain't as hard as what they make it seem. It is kind of a mystery to some. Like some people got it clear. You know, some people got a clear and concise direction that they want to go in with their life to achieve the life of their dreams and the lifestyle of their dreams. And it is possible, but you got to be focused out here. The American dream, explain, what is it? What is the American dream? Right? It ain't the same for everybody. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I got. Can y'all see me? If y'all can see me, drop a one in the chat. Y'all can see me loud and clear. We should be live streaming on multiple channels right now. If y'all can see me, drop a one in the chat. Right? Drop a 100 in the chat if y'all can see me loud and clear. The American Dream explained. Right? This for all my working class people, my entrepreneurs, my business owners, my aspiring business owners, my aspiring millionaires. American Dream, what is it? Can you explain what the American Dream is? Right? I shouldn't be the only one explaining this because the American Dream is not native to me. I'm not the only one who chasing that dream that people come to America for. I know I ain't the only one that's chasing it. It's many people chasing the American Dream, millions of people chasing the American Dream. What is it? Can you explain it? Can any one person explain it? Can more than one person explain what the American Dream is and it still turn out to be the same thing for all people? Well, we're going to talk about it today. Yeah, we're going to talk about it today. Make sure y'all share this stream out to any and everybody that you know has a dream and that has something that they working for, right? And they got something that they willing to sacrifice for. They got something that they saving up for. They got something that they getting up early in the morning for, staying out late at night for, right? You willing to travel out of town for it. You willing to leave your job for it. You willing to go get a second job for it. Hello. Yeah. The American dream ain't just being willing to leave your job. Nah, it's being willing to stay at your job and pick up another job because you got a dream that you're chasing. The American dream explain, what is it? Can we explain what the American dream is, Jabbar? You on this American Dream campaign, how to live the American dream explain, what is the American dream? What is it, man? See, when you get outside of your neighborhood and you get outside of your brain, right? Because we think our minds are so expansive and so deep. In many instances, our minds are very small. Our minds are relegated to the environment that we keep them in. We dropping game heavy already. See, your mind is relegated to the environment that you stay in. So if you stay in a small environment too long, your mind becomes small. Right? If you stay in an environment that's small for too long, this is how you become small-minded. You become feeble-minded. This is why it's so important to get outside of your environment, to get outside of the same people that you grew up with, that you've been hanging with since you got there to that job, that you've been hanging with since you got to the school, that you've been hanging with since you got wherever you got it and you got stuck. The American dream. Explain. We want to explain it today. And look, and we ain't going to take long because we know everybody on family time right now. But the beauty about the time that we in, hold on, y'all. Good. That's right. Already, sir. Yes, sir. Got to keep talking that talk. When you talking, you teaching. Hello. When you talking, you teaching. Always remember that for every man. See? That's why a man's words are so powerful. When you talking, you teaching. Got to keep talking that talk. I'm glad y'all can hear me, right? Man, we streaming on 6 channels right now. 6, probably 7. right? We got 2 different setups. So if at any point y'all can't hear me, drop a 2 in the chat. Yeah. But if y'all can hear me, I know we rolling in the right direction. If y'all can't hear me at any point, drop a 2 in the chat. I'm gonna adjust the microphone. Right. So listen, when you stay in a particular environment too long, your mind becomes small, and what happens is your dreams get suffocated. Right. Now listen, I didn't, and I know I ain't the only one. Many times over the course of my life, I done had this dream, right, where I stopped breathing while I was asleep. Right. No matter how good the dream might be going, at certain times throughout my life, I've been asleep, and it's like my air, my circulation got cut off. And no matter how good the dream is going at that time, I'm in a scramble to wake up. Right. And when I wake up, I realize that it wasn't necessarily that my air got cut off or that something was suffocating me, is that I was either forgetting to breathe, and or I found myself in an uncomfortable position while I was sleeping, and it threw off my natural rhythm, right? Whatever rhythm I was in that had that dream being cultivated, no matter how enjoyable, I got thrown off somehow. And what I began to realize is it wasn't necessarily that my breathing stopped, it was me forgetting to breathe, right? And when I realized this over the course of time, I would continue to have good dreams throughout my lifespan, throughout my lifetime. And whenever I would feel like I was suffocating again, I would just consciously tell myself, well, Jabbar, you got to breathe. You got to keep breathing, right? If you feel like your air is being cut off, continue to breathe. Keep breathing, continue to breathe, and you should be good, right? And as I began to do this, I started to, now regain my air, regain circulation, and regain the same comfort that I had before I started to feel like my air was being cut off. Why am I telling you guys this story? Right? Because we talking about the American dream. We talking about explaining the American dream, and you talking about a literal dream where you forgetting to breathe and then it ruins the dream. Right? The reason that I'm telling you this is because we all at times can forget the basics. Right? Breathing is a basic necessity. When you woke, you breathe on automatic. Right? You unconsciously breathing when you woke. When you sleep, you unconsciously breathing too, but you can unconsciously stop breathing and then you have to consciously start back. Why am I telling you this? Right? Because when we all start out in our lives, we start out with these dreams. Nobody starts out in their life with, well, let me not say nobody. Most people don't start out in your life with no dream. Most people in life start out with a dream. You start out with a goal. You start out with something that you told yourself you was going to do. And then as life go on, you forget. You see, as life go on, you forget to stay focused on that thing that you started out doing, like breathing. Right? Breathing is second nature when you woke. But when you sleep, you got to be more conscious about it if you start to feel like your air's being cut off or not circulating properly. So in living this dream, we start out with the dream and it becomes unconscious. Man, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a football player, I'm gonna be a basketball player, man, I'm gonna start my own business, I'm gonna own real estate, I'm gonna write books, I'm gonna travel the world, I'm gonna go be a doctor, a lawyer, I'm gonna have my own barbershop, I'm gonna start my own hair salon for the women, right? These things are unconscious to you. But then as life go on, you forget. You forget. And when you forget, you start to see the quality of your life diminish. And it could feel like your air is being suffocated, right? It could feel like you suffocating in your own life because you forgot, right? Because you forgot to stick to the basics. You forgot to stick to the basics, man. Now, y'all know I normally teach with the whiteboard, right? I got some notes up here, but I don't know if the notes gonna work good for my people on the gram. Hold on, y'all. Damn, y'all can't see it. Right. Man, they got some type of blurry effect in the background, y'all. But they can see it over here on Facebook, LinkedIn, all my LinkedIn people, TikTok. But nonetheless, I'm gonna run it down to you, right? So you see behind us, house. Okay. For some people, having an American dream is getting a house. Right? And getting a house ain't as hard as what people make it. Getting a house is simple. Getting a house is so simple that they got home buying programs that walk you through the entire home buying process. You don't even have to think. All you got to do is follow instructions. You could unconsciously follow instructions. Just like how when you woke, you breathing unconsciously, right? Things going well. You go in the program, you can unconsciously follow instructions and things gonna go well and you're gonna end up with your house. That's how I got my first house. I went to the home buying program. I followed instructions, right? I followed instructions, man, all the way to the end. Instructions for the production. Followed instructions all the way to the end, got my first house. My life actually went on an upward trajectory when I got the house. Everything was going good. Everything was going right, man. Got the house. It been on and popping ever since. I recommend any and everybody under the sound of my voice, especially if you're a part of the working class in America, you should make home ownership a part of your American dream. You should make home ownership a part of that. Yeah. The two oldest wealth creation tools in America is life insurance, which is a 30-year investment, 30-year policy, and home ownership, which is a 30-year mortgage. Well, Jabbar, if I got a 30-year mortgage, that sounds like a 30-year bill. Yeah, but it could be a 30-year line of credit too. You see, if you get the house and then you get equity in it like what I did, and then you flip it so that it's not a liability, you flip it into an asset, you see? Right? We know what the word flip mean, right? For all my people who come from the other side, right? We know what it is to flip something, right? You had to save up your money to start flipping other stuff. So now how do you save up all of this money? You say, well, if I get the house, all my money is in the house. I got collateral when I go to the bank now. I get a house for $200,000. I look up, it's worth $400,000. That's a $200,000 gap. So I got $200,000 in equity that I can now get access to and start flipping for real. I should have bought the house when I was 18, right? If I would have bought the house when I was 18, I would have never even had to go on the other side and try to flip nothing on the other side because I would have had the money from the house. That would have been well more than I ever could have saved up, putting my life and my freedom on the line. I'm just talking to who I'm talking to, right? Right, because we all come from the same community, family. Right? We come from the community of the United States of America, right? You could be up one day and be down the next, right? And many of us didn't start at the top. We started at the bottom. That's why we got so much confidence. Huh? That's why we got so much confidence. A person who started at the top can't get on your level ever. Yeah, because he didn't come from where you come from. Oh, yes. Yeah, see, you can get on anybody's level. When you come from where we come from and you make it to the top, we got more tools. We got more ability. We got more superpower. Huh? We got way more superpower because we didn't learn how to survive through every aspect of American life. Yeah. So it wouldn't matter if I end up at the top or if I end up at the bottom. I'm good everywhere. Right? I'm gonna be good everywhere. Yeah, because we started at the bottom. So we learn how to survive from the bottom all the way up to the top. Right? So the first stop in relation to explaining the American dream, home ownership. See, we have to understand this, right? Now, when I was younger, right, my uncle, he used to play these board games with us all the time. Man, we used to have a lot of fun, right? Man, he would break out all type of board games, Life, Monopoly, Trouble, man, Jenga. Man, we'd had so many events over the years, you know, Connect Four, Chat, all of these games, right? And these and I recommend every family, y'all get some games, man, and just stash them somewhere. And when people come over, you gotta have these bonding moments. So, I mean, for one, you can stay close with your family, but for two, you could be reminded of why you like these people because your family is gonna be the people who you start working with first. I got a book recommendation for everybody listening, man. The Science of Being Great. Every man. This is a required reading for every man. You see, I do a lot of things, man. I teach masculinity. I teach leadership and empowerment. I teach, economic empowerment. We got motivation, financial literacy. As a man, you can't be a monolith. You can't be a one-trick pony. You can't just stay in one lane and think that one lane is going to get you all the way to the top. It don't work like that, especially when you come from certain environments, right? So we as men, as the modern man, we don't have the luxury to be static. We have to be variable, right? We have to be adaptable. You got to be light on your toes, man. Young Muhammad, right? Young Muhammad Ali. You got to be light on your toes in every environment. Okay? You got to be light on your toes. Right? So you have these board games around, just buy them and just keep them in your house, man. Because you never know where you get invited to. You like, man, cool, I can bring this over there, y'all. We can, man, chop it up, sit down for a minute and establish the brotherhood. The brotherhood is one of the most important things that you're going to ever have in your life. Christ tell you that. The first commandment, have no God above me. The second commandment, love your brother as you love yourself. The brotherhood is going to save your life one day. And you should be creating the brotherhood with your family first. Right? All relatives ain't family. We know that. We know that. But you should be creating a brotherhood with the family who want to be family with you. Oh, yes. Okay? Required reading for every man. Required. Any man that know me. And if you part of my internet family, you know me. Right? For all my youngsters out there, I'm your uncle. I'm Uncle Jay. Required reading for every man. The Science of Being Great by Wallace D. Wattles. It's a trilogy he got. It's called The Science of Being Well, The Science of Getting Rich, and The Science of Being Great. You get this trilogy, you put it on audio, right? You got to get your mind right before you get your grind right. Y'all know I used to say that in my earlier videos. First you get your mind right, then you get your grind right. Then you get your shine right. In that order. Then you're going to end up in the limelight in that order. Everything starts with this here. This is why they try to yank it away from you. They put all type of stuff in your mind and tell you what to do. They put all type of stuff in your mind and tell you what they think. They took the music and they muddled the music so much where these youngsters ain't even using real words because they know your mind works on subconscious like a sponge. You see, so you listening to the melody, but the words are not edifying you, uplifting and empowering you in no kind of way. And now you wondering why you depressed having to pick yourself up all day. Let me go smoke something, man. I'm feeling down. Let me go drink something. Let me go call shawty. Let me go eat some bad food. Let me go do something that's going to stimulate me to feel good because I don't feel good because you're not listening to the right stuff. Make sure y'all share this video out to everybody. American Dream Explained. If you ain't got your mind, how you going to dream? You don't dream with your heart. You dream with your mind. Oh, yes. They don't want you to dream no more. They want you to feel like the dream gone. I can't do it. I'm too old. Man, 40 years old say too old. I'm too old, man. I let too much time go by. You 50 years old. Man, I got grandkids now, man. I should have been done that. Maybe you should have. That just means you got to pick up the pace. If you losing a game, you're not going to play at the same pace you did when your ass was getting blown out. We used to say 21 nothing skunk. we used to say 21 nothing skunk. Then man, either you got tired of getting skunk. You like, man, you at least got to give me one. You at least got to give me one series. 21 nothing skunk, man. I get one more 4 down series. As long as I can keep that one more 4 down series going, I'm back in it to win it. Man, you got to set your audibles up. You got to ask your man to get out the room. Man, step out for me, man. Let me set these audibles up. Right? See, you can consider this lab session just like us setting up the audibles because we all need to get our piece of the American dream. Wallace D. Wattles, go and download this tonight, today. The Science of Being Great. Get the trilogy. You put this on audio every day until this becomes a part of your vibe, your frequency, your daily mode. I'm pushing toward greatness. That's who I am. Young Morpheus out here. You want to be like Neo. You don't just want to be the man online. You want to be the man offline. You want to be able to weave in and out of all of these levels at will. I'm the man on the job. I'm the man at home too. I'm the man in my social circle. I'm the man in the circles that I get introduced in once the people get to know me. I'm the man for my woman, for my children. I'm the man for my friends too. When they think of somebody that they could get some help from and that can get them another angle on how to achieve whatever goals they're going through, who they going to think of? You want to be that man. You a man. You the man. You are the man. You the sun. You somebody's son. What does the sun do? The sun shine. Come on now. Ain't no music talking to you like that. They killing us with the music, fam. Yeah, and we talking about the American dream explained, because first you got to get your mind right. You got to get your mind right, like what I just put up on the board about seeing the importance of the house. I don't want a house. You do want a house. Yeah, you need a house. Yeah, you need one. If you ain't born in the money, you need a home. Especially when they got the program that's going to give you down payment and closing cost assistance. You need that. Why you think they standing in line to get over here? By the millions. See, it's my job to now whip my people into shape. And my people is all people who want to follow me, who want to follow what we doing. We winners. The science of being great. You a great man. Believe that. You a great man. You a great woman. Man, well, I don't got the results that you got. Well, listen. You a great man and you a great woman in training. You still got it in you. You still got it in you. You got it in you. Don't let nobody take that from you. You got that in you. Yeah. American Dream explained, right? You should be thinking of how I can get this home so I got collateral now. Okay? Right? If you go get anything from anybody that don't know you, they gonna say, man, what you gonna give me? So when you go back to the bank, you say, listen, man, I got this house right here. Man, the bank don't give nobody no loan because you don't have no collateral, champ. You go in there, you say, I got the house right there. I got the appraisal on the house. The house worth 400. I only owe the bank 200. They like, oh, man, so we can put the lien on the house and give you the loan or the equity line of credit for the 200, right? You in your mind, you like, man, 200. I'm about to go ham. 200, I'm about to go to a meal. That's 20% of a meal. Huh? Look how long it would have took you to save up 25,000 if you was just working and doing overtime and picking up another job. Oh, yes. I know I'm turning some lights on. Wallace D. Waddles, Science of Being Great, mandatory reading for every man. I recommend you get it on audio. Eject all of that garbage that you're listening to on a daily basis. Put this on. Put this on in the morning. Listen to it while you riding to work, on your way home. Listen to it when you sleep. You see, I had to get this in my subconscious. Yeah, they don't want you thinking like they don't even want the stream. Make sure y'all share this stream out and save it too. Yeah, the Science of Being Great. Change your mentality on the importance of getting the house. That should be on your checklist for the American Dream. Then we're going to talk about the car. Okay. Everybody got a dream car, right? Boom. Can you qualify for your dream car today? Probably not. Probably not. Man, well, I make the money, man, but I just can't get the loan. Or I don't make the money, but I'm willing to sacrifice in order to make the money so I can get it. Well, if you done what I told you to do on the first step and got the house, you see where the money would have came from right there. You could have took a part of that 200,000 off your equity and bought the car cash yourself for 30,000 and paid yourself back instead of you paying the bank back. I'm giving y'all some game just off the rip. We ain't even been on the live that long. We've been on the live for probably 20 minutes. I know I'm turning your lights on. You're like, damn, that is right. Right. How many more loans you need if you got one for 200,000 off the break? Huh? Oh, yes. Yeah, big facts. Yeah, big facts. You're like, man, why am I going and try to get a loan for 25% from the dealership when I can just go and pull off my equity line of credit, buy the car cash with 30,000, got the title? Huh? I got the title to the car now. Right. And then if I fall on hard time, I could resell it and then cash back out on my own money. Cash back out on my own money. Huh? Or I could take a part of that 200 and go to the auction, get my dealer's license, and now buy me 10 $5,000 cars for 50,000 off the $200,000 line. See, it's more than one ways to flip. I took the 50 off my own equity line. I'm giving an example. You go to the auction, get with a partner of yours, or get your own dealer's license now because you got the money. See, we got to stop playing out here, fam. We got to stop playing and wasting time. Like, as men, we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to waste, man. Yeah, somebody gonna always need something, and you hope that it ain't you. See, you hope you're not the man that needs something, because you're going to find out who actually got something when you go holler at them. Oh, yes. Yeah. See, man, we got to speed this American dream thing up, because I see people, it's no way that we should be listening to people for years and years and you're not getting better. You listening to these artists for years and years and they not helping you get better in your own personal life. It's a backwards hustle. You listening to anybody online for years and years and they not helping you get better, right? You can't look at where they actually explain something to you that worked in your real life. We got it as men. We have to vet. We have to start vetting who we listening to and who we going to take advice from. Notice I said we. It's a brotherhood. If something worked for me, I'm obligated to the brotherhood to tell you that it worked for me, because you got a family too. And see, if I help you get in position and I stumble, it's no way you're going to walk past your brother and see him down and he the one who helped you get up. It's no way your conscience is going to let you do that. Why? Because you started off with Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Being Great. See, you're a great man. It's no way a great man is going to pass up on the opportunity to show his greatness. Come on now. Hello, come on now. Come on now. See, they're not talking to you like that. They don't care about you. They don't care about you, man. They just want you to buy something. They don't care about you. These people don't care about you. You spending money with people that never gave you nothing back. We got to start you, man. This is why I love Tupac so much. Pac is still my favorite rapper, even in his absence. It's a CD that I bought years ago, right? It was all interviews on that CD. It was called In His Own Words, Tupac in His Own Words. If y'all can find that, go on Amazon, find it, buy it. It's a national treasure. You got to listen to Pac talk in his own words. Pac said, you have to start listening to what these rappers is saying when they not in the booth. Now I'm paraphrasing. I can't, it's been so long. But he basically saying you got to start listening to what the rappers saying when they not in the booth, and you got to listen to what they saying on the music. And he's saying if you don't agree with what they talking about, he basically saying don't rock with them and you got to call them out. Look at all of the artists and the entertainers who never gave us nothing back, y'all. They never gave you nothing back. I'm not talking about giving out turkeys and all that during Christmas time. You don't need no turkey, and neither do I. You don't need no turkey, man. You don't need a coat, but your family might. You see? Your family might need coats. Your family might need you to pay the gas bill or the heat bill at some point. And you want to have extra money and extra finances to be able to do that. Huh? Right? Man, well, I'm struggling too, boy. This is why I'm trying to tell you. This is why you need the house. Man, well, the house is going to make me struggle more. No, it's not. Get out of this limitation belief. Get out of this lack mentality. Get out of this being small. Stand around small people cause you to have small mind. Right? Get out of that. No, Wallace D. Wattles, mandatory reading for every man, The Science of Being Great. Audio into it subconsciously, that's your vibe and your frequency. You a great man. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever. Nobody can stop you. You got the Lord. Nobody can stop you. Do you know that's why God created man, so he ain't got to do all this damn work down here himself? Forgive me, Lord, for using damn in the same sense. He know my heart. He created man to do the work. So in him creating man to do the work, he know it's a great amount of work. So he had to create a great man to do great work. We talking today, man. We talking today. Make sure y'all send this out to everybody that you know, especially the men. You know, I got a heart for the brotherhood, man. You know, Jabbar, you should talk to the women more. Look, I'm not the dating coach guy. That's just not my lane. Of course, I could talk to the women. But if I talk to the men and I get the men where the men need to be, your man gonna talk to you. He gonna talk to you the way we all need him to talk to you. You don't need Jabbar to talk to every woman. No, you need Jabbar to talk to every man, because the man is the head of the woman. See, if I can get in the head, who's the man? See, if I can get in his head, then he can handle you. I ain't even got to do all that. Right? Right. So now when it comes to getting the car, Either you can buy your car, you cash it out off your home equity line. If not, the importance of having a car to be a part of your vision for the American dream is the car gonna open up more opportunities to you, right? If you work on one job, you get the car, you can probably pick up two. Man, with a bus and the train don't ride out this far. That's why you need the car. Oh yes. Man, well, they want me to stay late, but if I stay late, I can't pick up my son and my daughter. Then I still got to go to. That's why you need the car. You need the car because the car is going to give you the flexibility and the reach so you can secure more opportunities. You need the car. The car is mandatory. And you need a reliable car. Oh, yes. Key component. American dream. Explain. What is it? Yeah. We gonna listen. We're gonna get to getting rich. Getting rich ain't as difficult as you think. If you start out with a $200,000 line of credit that you got from your house, see you wasn't you like damn 200 right. If you start out with a 200 piece that's yours, when you get approved for it, you approved. You ain't got to keep going back for it. Right? You like, damn, man, they would have never gave me 200 if I would have just went in there and asked them. Nah, because they don't know you like that. you asking a stranger for a 200 piece. Right? You like, what you got from me? You like, I got the house. He like, okay. Man, well, I don't want to put my house out there like that. You a great man. You a great man. Do you know the bigger you get, the more they don't want you to fail? See, only the people that small want to pull you down to their level so they can deal with you. Huh? You ever seen somebody try to pull you down only so they could deal with you down there where they at? Don't go down there. When you get bigger and bigger, the bank got vested interest in you being successful because they want you to bring the money back. You think every time you use that $200,000 line of credit, you're going to be paying interest, right? You don't care about paying interest. This is where you come from. You come from paying interest if you come from the other side, right? And if you work a job, you pay interest up front. You don't work that week and then get paid at the end of the week. You do a week or two in a hole. That's interest. They got some interest up off for you before they even paid you. Come on, family. Y'all got to drop some fire in the chat, man. Y'all, listen, y'all got to drop some fire, some bells, some whistles, a bomb, something. I know somebody getting something from this. American Dream Explained, right? We just taking it step by step. Y'all got me for 15 more minutes. I gotta speed this up for y'all, right? So the car is essential, right? Now, you talking about many people, part of their dream is to own a business, right? So where I'm gonna get the business loan from, Jabbar? I started you off with where you gonna get the business loan from. I started you off with the home equity line of credit. See, right? You like, man, we started off at the. If you got 200 on a line of credit, you basically getting the loan from yourself every time you go get the money. So you can start your own business whenever you're ready. You're not letting the house go. You start the business right out the house that you bought using a home buying program. They gave you the money to basically get started living the dream. All right, but let's just say somebody say, Jabbar, I'm not, look, all that stuff you saying, yeah, sound good. Okay. I know who we dealing with. Young Daniel San. Young Padawan, you still in training. You still in Jedi training, man. See, it's my job as a Jedi master. It's my job to train the young Jedis, right? To get you in the mentality of how to operate as a man out here in society on the level that you're supposed to be on. Every man's supposed to be independent. Why are you supposed to be independent? Because codependence will hinder you. Codependence will hinder you. And codependence is how you end up in bondage. Okay? Independence is freedom. Codependence is bondage. You bonded to that which you are codependent on. Look up the word. Look at what the word means. Right? You are co-joined with another thing, another place, or another person. You dependent on. As a man, you don't want to be codependent on anyone. Okay? Kingdom. Your job is to build a kingdom. The king's domain. That's what kingdom stands for. The king's domain. It's your job to build a domain for yourself and for your family because you're a king. Do you think any man who understands his position as king and you building a domain, it's in your best interest to be codependent on anybody? Do you think that in your right mind? If you do think that, this is why you need to keep listening to The Science of Being Great by Wallace E. Wattles until we crack that, until we crack your DNA and your DNA let go of that thought. Your DNA got to let go of that thought. It's your duty to be independent. That's your duty. Yeah. And I'm not saying independent of you not building a family for your wife and your children. No. Independent of having anybody else with the power and the control to stop your mission. You're on a mission. You're on a mission. This is why a part of your American dream, should be owning a home-based business. Do you know a small business in America is classified as 499 employees or less? When you hit 500 employees, now it's considered a big business. So many of us is going to be on the small business side. So don't worry about that word small business. No, it's all a classification based on the resources that they're going to delegate to you. Right? A part of your dream, living in America, should be to own your own home-based business. Why? Because having a home-based business gives you the ability to be independent. Well, Jabbar, I'm still working a job. How can I be independent? You having a home-based business creates independence in the aspects of business, right? For now, you codependent on the job, right? Because you need the job so that you can seed money into your business. But why not just use a line of credit? Because that's hustling backwards, right? You don't use all the money from the line of credit because you're going to need the line of credit. You always remember this, guy. Save your money because one day you're going to need your money to save you. Any of these businesses out here that's still in existence for years on end, they got lines of credit. Trust me. That's the nature of business. That's the nature of the American economic system. It's not just cash out on everything. No, you want to understand how to use credit. Credit gonna save you. They know this at your job. They call it a petty cash fund. How many of my working class, they know they got petty cash at the job? How many people at your job, they give you an advance on your paycheck to give you money up front the day before you even get paid on Friday? Hello? Huh? Yeah. That's the one of the foundational principles of the American economic system. We live in America, y'all. You see? And this is why I use the analogy about playing the board games. You see? Because in order to win any game, you got to know the rules. The rules to this game to win in America is understanding the credit system. Understanding the credit system. Right? Understanding fractional banking, how they can loan out money that they don't even have all the way in their possession. We got to understand how to play the game and how to win as men. As men, right? Your woman gonna respect the one who taught her something over the one who bought her something. Why they calling me right now? Hold on, family. I don't know if this froze up. I don't know if that froze, y'all. Right? Your woman gonna respect the man that taught her something over the man that bought her something. Okay? Keep this in mind. How can you teach somebody something? Hold on, y'all. I think that froze up. How can you teach somebody something that you don't know yourself? You a winner. You a winner at heart. So you should know how to win. Is it one way to win? We know it ain't one way to win. It's more than one way to win. It's more than one way to win. It's more than one way to achieve the American dream too. It's more than one way to achieve the American dream as well. Right? Hold on, y'all. Man. I don't know if that's gonna still play. Right? It's more than one way to achieve the American dream, but you must first determine what the American dream is. Okay. All right. We had a little technical difficulty. Y'all hold on. Right? It's more than one way to achieve the American dream, but you must first determine what that dream is to you and what will be included in the American dream for you. A home-based business should be included in that because a home-based business now gives you the ability to now establish your independence. See, right now you codependent on the job. But Jabbar, I don't want to leave my job. You don't ever have to leave your job. But you're going to get out of there one day, even if you work till retirement. Right? You don't ever have to leave your job before you want to, but you're going to leave that job one day. Oh, yes. One day you're going to get out of there. And when you get out of there, you don't want to be looking around like what I'm going to do next. No. You starting your home-based business is just like planting a tree, right? You don't plant a tree on the day that you need it. Right? You don't plant a tree today. And if you did, you don't plan on needing it today. You say, man, if I plant this junk now in 4, 5 years, 2, 3 years, a year, because we're talking about a business now. We're talking about a business that you got a home equity line of credit that you can fund. We ain't even talking about business funding and all that yet. I'm bringing y'all the basic way, right? This is basic, fundamental, foundational principles for living the American dream in America. Things that every person should have on your checklist for living the American dream, right? Now we can get into more specifics when y'all get into the academy and when y'all come to the class. But on the foundational level, these are things that everybody should have. Why? Because America itself is a corporation. America, being the corporation of the United States of America, right, will much rather do business with other families. Who are all the families that we know? J.C. Penney family, Rockefeller family. Y'all know we were going to go there. Walt Disney family, the Walton family who owns Sam's Club and Walmart, right? These are families, the Kennedy family, the Trump family, right? Family. We started off talking about family bonding at the beginning of the live session, right? The corporation of America would much rather do business and transact with other corporations. See, we keep thinking so small, right? We think we so small. Not Jabbar. I'm saying in general of the people who think like that. Okay. This is why mandatory reading, y'all. I said it multiple times today. Mandatory. The next person that see me on the street and holler at me, I want you to say, King, I took your advice. I read the book. I listen to it all the time. I bought it. Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Being Great. Get this in your psyche and your subconscious. This all you should be focused on is being great. As a man, this all you should be focused on. If you become a great man, you're not going to have no issues out your woman, out your kids, out of your soul. Nobody. You're not going to have no issues out of nobody if you become a great man. Nobody. It's your duty to become a great man. The corporation of America will much rather do business with other corporations. We thinking that, you're not on that level. So you thinking America would rather do business with China, which is another country, with Venezuela when they got the oil, and all of these other countries that you feel like that's who America want to do business with. No, America will much rather do business with other corporations, i.e. home-based businesses, i.e. businesses, period, right here in our country. Oh, man, I just said something. America will much rather do business with us as a company. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Man, I'm supposed to have been recording them other modules today. Right? America will much rather do business with other companies. This is why you need to set up a home-based business, which would be the family office, the family company for your family. Even though you work a job, your job is your first investor. So you take the money from your job and you invest in your home-based business. Then when you turn your house into your home office, now you can write off percentages of your space, the square footage in your house, And your gas, electric, and water become business expenses. Your internet. But Jabbar don't know how to do all that. That's why you get a tax person who now works in business tax. But Jabbar don't want to pay all them expenses for business taxes. You getting a tax return. You let the tax return pay for the tax expenses. And see, this is something that I want us to get in the mentality of. See, I want us to get in the mentality of being independent and taking care of yourself. See, the reason you don't want to do it is because you're so used to somebody else doing all this for you. This is why I talk to the men. See, I could talk to the men like that. You don't want nobody else feeding you because then they got control over if they're gonna starve you or not. See, this is why I love talking to the brotherhood, because I know the brotherhood gonna soak this up flat like a doormat, straight direct. Nah, you don't do all this stuff yourself. You hire people who can do it for you, who can put your family in the best possible position. Keep your job, start your home-based business. Seed the startup money from your job over to your business. And or you still got the home equity line of credit, like what I told you, that you got from the house that you let the home buying program give you the down payment and closing costs to afford. Now we talking American dream. By the time you do all this, now you're gonna be ready to take a vacation. You like, man, I've been running to Boston. Man, I've been leveling up out here. I've been manning up out here. I'm on a whole nother level. You know you're gonna be on a whole nother level because you're gonna start thinking different, you're gonna start feeling different. You see, you're not gonna have to do all of this external stuff to feel better about yourself, because internally you gonna already feel like who you need to be. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hello. You ain't gonna have to do nothing external, man. Everything external gonna be a bonus. Yeah, because you gonna already feel like who you need to be when you wake up. Yeah, you done went to sleep listening to the science of being great. See, subconsciously, you're gonna be on a whole nother frequency that nobody around you ain't even gonna understand you no more. That's fine. That's fine. They don't need to understand what you say. They just need to understand what you're doing and understand it enough so they can emulate you. Huh? Always remember this. The man is the thermostat. The man is the thermostat. The woman is the thermometer. Thermostat set the temperature. Thermometer read the temperature. It don't matter if they understand what you're saying. You talking different. You talking over their head. That's cool. I woke up feeling different. Science of being great. I become one with that publication. You got to believe this in your mind. I'm the word wrapped in flesh. Huh? When you think God created you to be small? Nah. Let us create man in our own image. You want to be the word wrapped in flesh. You want to be the example of that word lived out and lived in real life experience. Yeah, don't try to always explain stuff to people for what you say. You explain to them for what you do. As long as you can read what I'm doing, I'm still teaching you. I'm still teaching you. I got to talk to the men. You see? You thinking, man, your girl ain't gonna follow you, your kids ain't gonna listen, my cousin and them, man, be tripping, my homies and them ain't gonna, nah, you can't explain everything to people all the time verbal. You got to explain to them based on how you living and you executing. You see? You the thermostat, you set the temperature. I set the tone, I set the pace, I set the course, I set the direction. Huh? I set the standard. Hello, we got to get back to having standards. The American dream is a standard. We brought it all the way home, family. Y'all got me for maybe 5 more minutes. Then I got to get out of here. The American dream is a standard. This is why we did that. The American Dream Academy is going to become the standard of living for all Americans who join. You see, America is the standard. So the American dream is an extension of America's standards. Huh? We are a byproduct of America. We bringing it all the way home, y'all. American Dream Explained. Share this program out. Save it. Go back, listen to it. Change your routine. You can't get all of the stuff I named on here tonight by keeping the same routine. Change your routine. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay to change your routine. Don't worry about it. You can change back. If what you doing ain't working, that's crazy. right? If what you doing ain't working, change it back. Huh? Man, if what you doing ain't working, change it back. But if you change your routine and what you doing is working, right? Because you're a great man now, you pushing toward greatness, right? You a great woman now, you pushing toward greatness, huh? Yeah, you gonna get a little bit of resistance. Don't worry about that. That's how it is when you start moving things around, right? You got that big back TV been sitting in the corner over there all that time. Now you try to move it. That joint might be glued to the floor. that joint might be stuck to the floor. You got to call somebody to help you push it. It been sitting there too long, it got stuck. Don't worry about it. When you start moving things around in your life, some stuff is gonna give you some resistance. Don't worry about the resistance. Time to get strong out here. The American dream explained, right? America much rather would do business with companies than individuals. You see, the company that you work for is getting all types of benefits, subsidies, and tax breaks from America. You work for that company, cool. So now I take the money that I work for and start my own company. So my own company, right, which is now me and my family members in my household, because you can put your kids on your roster as well, use them as a tax write-off, and you got your woman, and you got you. So now all of y'all become employees of the company, your own home-based business. So now you get subsidies and tax write-offs coming out of your same home that you own anyway from the jump. See how that all come full circle? All of this just came full circle on explaining the American dream. Every household need to be set up like this, y'all. Every household need to be set up like this. And this just the foundation. We ain't even got into the advanced training yet, right? This just the foundation. Every household need to foundationally be set up exactly the way I explained it to you. So if you ever fall on hard times, man, we ain't going nowhere because we got the equity line of credit on the house. We ain't going nowhere because we got the home-based business. We ain't going nowhere because we still got the job that's funneling everything over to the business until we get the business up and running the right way where the business can stand on its own, right? You plant the tree. You got to water the tree. The tree got to grow, right? Look at what they call it, currency. Currency comes from the root word current. We know what a current is. It's an electrical current, which is power, or it could be a water current, like a river or a waterfall, right? Which is power as well. You know, they can convert water into power. You see how they sprinkle the game right in front of your face, right? Hiding in plain sight, right? So you take the currency from your job and you circulate the currency over into your home-based business, right? And you continue to flow currency into the home-based business while you growing your tree. See, your business is a tree that you don't plan on you needing today, right? It might take you at least 6 months to a year to grow the business. We ain't even talked about business credit. Whole nother level, right? But I got to get you the foundation though. See, because people want to skip steps. They want to skip. Oh man, why we can't just do it like this and do it? Hold on, champ. Hold on. You can do it like that, but everybody shouldn't be trying to do everything all at one time. Put the mask on yourself first. Put the mask on yourself first. You can do whatever you want to do with proper planning, right? Which prevents piss poor performance. You got a plan to do all that. I just laid out a whole synchronization of a plan for you that anybody could do using other people's resources at that. You ain't got to change nothing. I ain't tell you leave the job not one time. I ain't tell you leave the job not one time. I told you keep the job. Only thing I told you to do was change your routine. Because you're gonna have to become a new person to manage all this. If you get all the stuff I just named to you and said to you, and then you stay the same person, you're gonna lose it. You got to become a new person. You got to become a new person. But the beauty about becoming a new person, which many people come from our community, they don't want to change. You don't want to change because you think you're not keeping it real. Nah, you keep it real with the people that keep it real with you. You keep it real with yourself first. It's your obligation to change and to help other people change. See, that's the flip side. That's the flip side. It's your obligation to change and to help other people change. Why? Because you got to make room for the next person that's coming up for the spot that you got right now. You see, you occupy a spot in the world, champ. You got a spot in the world. But it's not for you to stay in that same spot forever. No, you got to change into a better version of yourself so the next youngster and the next young person who coming up can now occupy your present spot and you get promoted and you graduate. And you graduate, right? You ever seen somebody who just keep going back to school and taking more classes? Right? Ain't nothing getting better for them. They keep taking more classes. They keep going back doing the same stuff. You taking more classes and more classes. What you doing with the stuff you took already? Nothing. The science of being great. Mandatory reading for every man. This ain't, you know how when people, everybody know about Think and Grow Rich. Everybody know about that. That's one of my favorite books. Napoleon Hill is my favorite author. Okay. Think and Grow Rich is like the cornerstone for everything self-development. You don't hear many people at all talking about what I just gave y'all today. So when you get done with your Think and Grow Rich run, you want to get on Wallace D. Wallace, The Science of Being Great audio book. You want to live with it. Once you get that into your psyche, your subconscious, everything I said to you on this program will make that much more sense. Write down your version of the American dream. Be willing to change your routine. Set a schedule for yourself so that you can start to be available to do these things. Right? You're gonna have to be available now. Everybody busy. Nah, man, I ain't get a chance to, man, I was busy. Okay. Right? I'm gonna just say this to you guys before I go. Don't be too busy for you. Hello. You're taking care of everybody else. Anybody call you, you Johnny on the spot. Anybody needs something, you sacrifice for them, you give them the shirt off your back. Somebody need to borrow money, you Cash App, Apple Pay, Zelle, Venmo. Don't even ask for the money back. Right? Your niece got an event, man, I'm going to show up and support my niece. My nephew got an event, I'm going to show up and support my nephew. Right? Man, my aunt's birthday, I got to go over there and holler at my aunt. Right? You there for everybody else. Don't be too busy for you. Because you going to need you to change your life. All right, family, I'm out. Peace.